We'll see what happens there. Then we had the PlayStation conference.
Mm.
Real quick to run down the list: The Last Guardian, Horizon Zero Dawn, which is Guerrilla's new game, Street Fighter exclusive, dude. What the heck?
Oh, pissing me off.
No Man's Sky exclusive. What the heck? Dreams, Media Molecule's new game. I don't even know what the crap that
You
was.
should have just said it.
I'm glad.
You should have just kept with the
Take
what the
your
heck.
acid and play it.
You should have
That's the
kept
only
with
one.
what the
Notice
heck.
that's the only one. Notice that's the only one he commented on. He's
Right.
like, man, all salty, and then he's like, "You can have it."
Wait, all right, wait. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. Let's backtrack then. No Man's Sky is literally all the boring stuff they took out of Mass Effect 1.
Oh,
That's
shut
what that
up!
game is.
No, that game looks good.
Send all hate mail to Josh at amosisgaming.com. Destiny exclusive, the Taken King stuff. Yeah, baby. Final Fantasy, the little kid one. What was that called?
World of Final Fantasy.
World of
What do you
Final
mean?
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII remake. David, hold your tongue. I'll let you talk in a second. Shenmue 3. David, hold your tongue. I'll let you talk in a second.
Yeah, I got some crap to say about
Batman. David, hold your tongue. I'll let you talk in a second.
Can I take a 2-hour break?
Oh my God, Riggs for Morpheus. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. COD partnership. I don't know.
Did you
What?
just say
What?
COD
Crickets. Who
partnership?
cares?
Oh, wait,
Whoa.
What do you mean, who cares?
That's a huge deal.
The
That is.
biggest shooting franchise
out
there right now.
Tell me what other
That's
MLG games.
on its way out, but whatever. All right.
Really?
Oh, no, I'll give you
It's
that.
You're
on
on your way out. You're on your way out.
Get him, Tig. Get him.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I-
Is
like-
COD still not like the best-selling game year after year after year
Yeah.
after year?
Look.
We can
Josh. I have your
dude.
back,
Even
right?
in its decline, it's beating the crap out of most games
Yeah.
that are coming out.
You know
Even
why?
if you don't care about it, doesn't mean that the rest of the world.
It's
I don't think
irrelevant.
anyone
You
in this
can't-
room really cares about it. Like
It's
I
a
don't
relevant game. You can't dismiss it. It is a thing.
Exactly.
The reason
like-
why.
It's a thing.
Let me
and it's
just
on
say this.
PS4.
Let me just say this. The reason why Sony got this is because Microsoft showed things they have coming out now, like Gears and Halo, that take place of this in their book. That's why they gave it up. That's why they didn't throw the pennies at it. And
I don't
mean, I
know
get
about
it,
that. I think
but-
it's more that I'm
That
willing
they
to
have
bet
no
that
sales?
Activision.
Xbox has no sales?
Oh,
Oh,
that-
I mean, no,
think
let's
it's-
just call
I
it
think
like,
it's- look,
how do
it's
you
true.
how do you run
you
a
have
business?
Activision and you have them with their Destiny thing with PlayStation, and then Xbox has Call of Duty. They both brought new systems out. Look what system's doing well. Which one's producing numbers?
That's what I'm
Activision
saying.
has a very simple decision to make.
Activision definitely is the bandwagon fan. I'll tell you that.
And they're killing it, dude. They're killing it right now on PlayStation compared to Xbox. Like, even with all the greatness that just happened, it's PlayStation all day.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to get with where the players are. And unfortunately, where it was Xbox 360, it's now Xbox One. It's like PS3 and Xbox 360 have flipped. So
You keep
Well-
saying the wrong names. to
yeah, I know,
everything you're
right? I
trying
was just
to
trying to
say.
get them. I was just trying to get them together.
I got you.
So where Xbox 360
Was now the
is
PS4
where
is.
PS4 is, right?
And
where
Xbox One is
PS3
pulling a
was.
PS3.
Yes, thank
There
you.
you
We
go.
got it. We
Okay.
got it. Phobos, bro.
Which to be perfectly honest with you, that excites me because Microsoft sat on their throne like the mighty Casey taking the
Oh,
strikes.
so you're excited about waiting 8 years for your console to become relevant?
No, because I mean, what it boils down to is what Tinks just said a minute ago: is the games that you're excited about.
Absolutely.
To be completely honest with you, I could not give a rip about probably 90% of the games
just
that PlayStation talked about.
take 'em off the
I
call.
don't.
Take 'em
I
off the
don't
call.
play. I don't play those RPGs. I've never cared about Final Fantasy other than on Nintendo back on the NES.
you don't play them
And-
because why? Because you don't have the console, so you haven't had a chance to, or
No, I've just never. I've never.
not his
I've
played them
never-
on
it's-
Nintendo.
his
I,
preference.
I want to shoot stuff and I want to chainsaw stuff in half, like in Gears. Like that's what I like. The games I want to play are on the Xbox.
Well, you don't get
So-
Destiny without Final Fantasy. Like, that doesn't become a thing if Final Fantasy isn't a thing.
but it's not turn-based. That's where I have.
Right,
That's
right.
where I get bored.
Right.
This
That's-
fight could go on forever.
Don't you
Right.
like Pokemon? Don't you like Pokemon?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Makes sense then. Okay, we got it.
So then you have Star Wars Infinity for all the Star Wars fans out there with kids. You will care about this though, Josh. Star Wars Battlefront exclusive co-op.
I know.
So there's some exclusive co-op content.
That's kind of a jerk move.
That's all, dude. Sony is like swinging at jerk moves. They don't give a crap.
Yeah.
They sat back
and
they let all these things happen to them when Xbox 360 ran the business, and they let Activision be giving them all that, early access to stuff, and they just sat back and they were like, well, we don't know what to do. We'll make first party games. We can do that. Now this time around, they're like, you know what? We say so. This time it's us.
Yep.
You
got it.
You don't tell me.
Well,
you don't tell me.
And Josh is giving his opinion. We obviously know where David stands. David was huge on this PlayStation conference. Obviously, Tinks was huge into it as well. It was her favorite. I'm going to tell how I feel. Then Hambone, you tell. I said this to Null Zero shortly after the PlayStation conference. I could care less about 90% of these games as well. That's my personal opinion, though, and it's so because sick. I might play The Last Guardian. I'll definitely play Horizon Zero Dawn, probably from Guerrilla.
Okay. Wait, stop. Can we talk about Horizon?
No.
Can we talk about Horizon?
Hold on.
Let them get through their hate fest, and then me and you will attack the PS4.
Street Fighter 5, I won't play that. No Man's Sky, I probably won't play that. Dreams from Media Mogul, no, heck no. Obviously the Destiny stuff I love. Final Fantasy World, whatever, I won't play that. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, I won't play that. Shenmue 3, I won't play that. Batman exclusive stuff, I won't be playing that.
Me.
I mean,
right?
I'm just saying, I stand by Josh on this, even though I'm a PlayStation fan, because I don't think that look, COD came over because COD's a first-person shooter, and you guys are just saying how much it sells, okay? And that demographic of gamer probably doesn't care about a lot of these titles.
Oh, I would agree 100%.
That demographic of gamer does not care if Final Fantasy World comes out or Final Fantasy VII Remake. The people that care are the PlayStation fans before.
Yeah.
No,
okay?
Gamers care.
No. So you're saying I'm not a gamer because I don't want to play?
No. What I'm saying is.
Hold on. Whoa.
What I'm saying is that by having your Destinies and Call of Duties, they've expanded their portfolio. Last generation, Sony was not the people you thought of when you said first-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Gamers wouldn't even think of PlayStation. All they've done is they've spread it out, and now they have something for everything. It's not you're not a gamer; you're a first-person shooter kind of gamer. What I'm saying is they've always appealed to everything else gamer, just not the first-person shooters. They've expanded their portfolio. That's all they did.
Yeah, what it looks like is they realize they suck at making them, so they just let somebody else do it.
Mesa would tear you apart. Like, I agree with you, Josh, but Mesa Sean would pop you in the face. He's like, hold your tongue, master.
Look, I think The Last Guardian looks cool. I'll see what happens when it comes out. If it has the impact that, say, The Last of Us had, I'll definitely pick it up.
I'll say this.
It looks good.
Remember when we played Journey, and I told you had to play it?
Yeah.
Because it was something I could never explain. You just needed to experience what Journey was. That's what Last Guardian is. You need to experience this. This game has been 10 years in the making.
What excites me is Mark Cerny is finishing the game. Okay? Yeah. Mark Cerny is finishing the game. And if you don't know who Mark Cerny is, he's the guy that put PlayStation where it is.
I agree, but
Yoshida is the top guy. But Mark Cerny was the driving force to say, let's do something different.
Right. But see, the reason, like, you didn't play Ico. I know you didn't do that. And Shadow of the Colossus. The thing about these two games and why this game is so big is Ico showed you a way to invest you into a character that didn't have much to say. You felt like as you were playing as this young boy trying to escape this impossible dungeon and carrying your princess or whatever you would call her behind you, you felt like this incredible draw towards this character, and it was like a whole story, and there wasn't no spoken language in the game. Like, they weren't speaking. And then Shadow of the Colossus basically changed everything for all kinds of games. It made everybody's like, oh, that's how we do Castlevania bosses. Follow what Shadow of the Colossus did, make Castlevania bosses. Boom.
Right.
And then, dude, I'm telling you, when that rolls up and it becomes literally, that's exactly what Last Guardian looks like to me. It's like you got your dog, you're that boy again. There's not a real good spoken language. It seems like an English language. But here's the point where you're gonna have this story that unfolds as it's like two, companions trying to make it through like this impossible challenge. It's gonna be amazing.
Like I said, if it impacts me like The Last of Us did, or it's impacting people, I will play it. And if it has that impact that you speak of, like Shiv said, this is the second time on record that At Null Zero is making sense. If it is what you speak, I will definitely be grabbing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
My wife has chihuahuas, and that dog thing looked like a giant chihuahua.
my gosh.
A giant chihuahua is terrifying. You mix a giant chihuahua with a chicken, and now it's seriously terrifying. So I just wanted to get that out.
Well, let's move on to
Horizon.
Horizon Zero
Yes.
Dawn. Tell us, Tina.
Okay. Tell you what. It just looks amazing.
What was it?
You were
What'd
like, wait, can we talk about this?
Like
and
that.
then it's like, it
We
looks amazing.
collectively. Okay, it just looks amazing.
Just
Okay,
drop the
it's
mic.
PS4. It's PS4 exclusive. And the chick's pretty. So you got that going for her. She has this awesome bow. There's these robot dinosaur things, so you can't go wrong with that, right? Mm-hmm. And she okay, so it's kind of tactical. Like it looks like you use different types of weapons. You shoot. There's different types of arrows that you use. One's like armor piercing and this and that. Because we saw an actual at the PS4 conference, they showed a video trailer. But at the PS4 booth, the guy actually played the trailer in front of you. We didn't get to play the game, but he played it himself. And it looked so good. It was really smooth. I liked the way she runs really cool with her bow. I know that sounds kind of girly to say, but like the way that she runs with her bow and she's shooting him and she shoots the armor off of him. It's just really tactical. She shoots the armor off and then she traps him and then she blows him up and it looks really cool. And there's going to be quests. It's open world. It looks really good.
It does look really good, and I think the most important thing here is that it's not resistant and it's not Killzone.
Oh, okay. So this is exactly what I was gonna say about this game.
Oh my god!
Watch the trailer. I was like, dude, that looks awesome. I was telling Troy, dude, did you see that game? That looked really cool. You tell me you won't play that? And he goes, it does look cool. He's like, but does it feel like Killzone? And I was like, oh, I hope not. I was like,
Because it's
please.
Guerrilla Games, right? Because
Oh
of
my
Guerrilla
goodness.
Games.
I hope I hope it does.
Meanwhile, Mesa, Sean, and Rezo is like, I hope it feels like Killzone.
Right. I was just about to say, dude, you were really pissing Mesa off tonight.
I love you,
Holy
Mesa, if
crap.
you're listening, but man, I hope that game does not feel like Killzone.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
and listen, Killzone. I mean, Guerrilla and PlayStation better hope it doesn't feel like Killzone if they want it to be a game that matters.
Yeah.
All right, and that's no hate. Like, I know there's Killzone fans, and I know Killzone people love Killzone, but you have to admit that Killzone is not a Halo, right? It's not a Halo. It's not a Gears of War. It's not one of those games. And besides Destiny, because it's not exclusive, PlayStation needs that exclusive title that's a first-person shooter that takes it to the next level if they want to be that shooter console. And they really, really, really have to get this game right, in my opinion.
But their third-person
Not
shooters,
as
their
that dire,
third-person
but-
games
It's
have
third
always
person.
their third-person games have always done very well. God of War is an excellent
Not a
series. It's the-
multiplayer game, though.
Correct, but it's the only game that I've played on a PlayStation that I played all the way through. When I had a PlayStation 3, other than watching Blu-rays, I
Did
played
you
God
not
of War.
own a PS1?
No, dude, I was Nintendo. I hated loading times on discs.
You didn't play.
So would you
PlayStation
play
2?
Quest 64? You're like,
I-
oh,
Oh
this
my
game is
gosh.
really fun for 2 hours, then this break.
I played GoldenEye. I played Mario Kart. I
I'm
played
saying once
Mario.
that
Anyone
stuff
want
was
to play
over.
Cruise
Look,
in USA?
N64 had really good. N64 had some really good games, but let's
Wave Race.
let's say
Smash
this:
Bros.
the
Mario Golf.
library was kind of sparse. Those games were coming out every 4, 5, 6, 7 months.
They were enough for me. I hated PlayStation. I'm not kidding you. On PlayStation 2, the only game I played, Bloody Roar. That was it. I was
Well,
like,
one
this
game
is a
you
cool
probably
fight.
played on Nintendo that you won't play again is Street Fighter V.
Yeah, thanks for that, freaking Capcom.
Yeah, but you can't even
Why
get
don't
mad
you
about
just
that because Capcom
punch me if you
said
kill
that
me?
Final or Street Fighter would not be happening without Sony. Sony's obviously dumped money into this to
Yeah,
make it happen.
because Capcom went bankrupt, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
bought it.
You can't get upset. Like, it's not even something you get upset. Like, Nintendo's doesn't give a crap enough to put the money. They're like, look, we'll buy a
Because Nintendo
spot
hasn't
for
figured
Ryu
out how to
and
treat
Smash
third
Bros.
parties.
That's about as much as we'll invest in your Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's because Nintendo hasn't figured out how to actually have a third party.
Well,
area.
I just don't think
Shenmue?
Nintendo gives a crap about it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Shenmue? I would
Well,
love to talk
hold
about
on, hold on. We have No Man's Sky.
Dude, okay.
Okay.
I
Oh
said
my
this.
gosh,
No,
here we
no,
go.
I have
Hey,
to start
everybody
here.
sit back.
I have to
Go sit
start
back,
here.
relax.
I said this on the last podcast. I wanted them to show us more. Give us a reason why this game is getting as hyped as it is. They didn't do it. They showed a teensy weensy bit more. He was like, I only have 3 minutes. Let me show you a lot more so you can understand the game. They showed a little bit more. Like, oh, there is combat on the planets. But there's no there's no reason to understand like what the hell you care. Oh, look, I found this fish. Why? Why do I care? Who cares? What's the point?
Because I think they were trying to show how I think they were kind of trying to show how random it was. He just
I
went to a
understand
random
that.
planet.
But they've shown
and
that.
that's what was so cool.
And they
He's
but there's
so
no
angry.
context. There's no
So
context.
mad.
Wait, so isn't this the boring part of Mass Effect 1? Is it? Am
There's
I
no
not?
context
I
to
get
any
what
of
you're
their
saying
crap.
now, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel for you. I feel no zero. Yes, Tinks. He's very animated right now because it didn't show anything else besides like, hey, here's a first person Minecraft basically.
They showed us everything they've showed us before. He said he was going to show us other stuff. He didn't. We know it's super random. We procedurally generated worlds. We get all that crap. You don't have to. We're not retarded. We get it.
Dude,
we know
you are
what these
fired
terms
up right now.
mean. We
Get this
know.
guy a beer.
What we don't know is what the hell your game does. Like,
Hey,
what is the point?
What else we don't know is what Dreams by Media Molecule is.
Yeah,
No
but
idea.
dude, they do crazy
That's
crap
a
all the
trip.
time.
It's a nightmare.
And I just want to
Okay,
apologize
literally
right now
playing
because
it-
I did say retarded, and I'm very sorry. I shouldn't have said that word. Maybe choose a different word. I'm just going to
Forgive you.
apologize now because I know it's going to get hate mail,
Oh,
and
there
I
will
didn't
be an
mean that
email,
in that
guaranteed.
contrast. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well-
you are forgiven, at least by
I was just
me.
heated.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's
I
very,
can tell, dude.
he's very
Take a step back, have a sip of that 7-Up, bro. You are fired up. Sip it, brah. Sip it.
I do want to say with No Man's Sky, I do think the concept of the game is cool. Like I'm excited to play it. I want to try it, but as of right now, all I saw was like, is that the game? Is that like
Exactly.
But imagine what you can do. If you were to visit, I think they said if you were to visit every planet for 1 second, it'd take you 5 billion years.
Okay.
Are we going back to the NES like Atari? This is a venture. Use your
Hold on.
imagination.
No,
I'm calming down. I'm calming down. I want
I'm
to
being
pose
the
a
devil's
question
advocate. I'm
to
just-
Tinks about this. So they say that to you, right? You're like, okay, imagine if you could go to every planet and spend a second and it'd take this long.
5
Okay.
billion years. 5 billion years.
Okay, my question to them at that very point is, what's the point of going to all the planets? What's the driving force
To scan
in
a
the
fish.
game
Duh. Scan
that
your fish
makes
and
me
get credits.
want to do this?
Okay, all right, don't buy it.
Alright, so,
Just don't buy it.
You know what? You know what they want you to do, No Zero? They want you to dream. They want you to dream. And dude, this game looks horrific, dude.
These games are being they're being shipped together.
Wait.
If you get tired of using your imagination,
really-
they're gonna let
do
you
y'all
draw
really
your
think-
imagination
do you
and
really think-
terrify all of us. Oh my god!
Do y'all really think dreams are horrifying?
This game, I don't even know if this is a game, and I'm sorry I even mentioned it. Let's move on. I'm sorry I wasted anybody's ears mentioning that game. Destiny, obviously, we'll get into some of the Taken King stuff, which looks awesome. Final Fantasy World, whatever. If you love Final Fantasy, you can be a midget
here
Final
we go.
Fantasy cartoon character.
Next.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Next.
Are you kidding?
What? Oh, what?
I just want wanted to see what you would say.
Next week.
I knew you would go crazy.
Final Fantasy VII
Oh my god.
is not my favorite Final Fantasy. It's a ton of people's favorite Final Fantasy.
Should be.
And
It's
most,
in my-
well, never mind. I won't say what I was gonna say because Tink said should be, and I don't want to insult her.
Oh my
I can take it. I
was gonna say most people that say Final Fantasy VII is their favorite Final Fantasy hasn't played a Final Fantasy, because most people, I'm not saying no one can love the game as much. It is a fantastic game. I won't spoil anything that happens in it, but some of the things that happen in that game, it's some of the craziest storytelling. It was like, as a kid, I didn't even know how to handle the emotions that I got from some of the scenes in that game.
Yeah. Seriously.
I literally sat playing that game with a dictionary at my side because I was a stupid kid, and I was like, I don't understand what they're saying. Like, but no, Final Fantasy VII transcends basically everything because Final Fantasy was the first RPG that took your adventure guys or your shooter guys or whatever, and they played this thing. They were all like, dude, this game has something. That's why I'm like, everybody should play Final Fantasy VII Remake, because it is that RPG that transcends all genres. It literally got everything right in it. I mean, it's one of the few games that you can honestly review and say, this is a perfect game. Have fun.
Yeah.
Let
I
me know.
know
Amazing.
everybody loves Final Fantasy VII. The crowd stood up when they saw it. So
You should have heard it. You should. Oh my gosh.
how did it?
Like,
did it roar in there? Did you feel
Yeah.
it in your bones?
Yes.
Of
Yes,
course.
there
Square
was-
Enix said it would never happen.
And they
Yeah.
lied to
Everyone,
you.
as soon as they saw, okay, basically everyone was super excited when they realized what it was, and they clapped and they screamed. But at the end, when that sword came on Cloud's back, when that sword was right there, everyone just like screamed, like the whole place lit up. Like no other game compared to that one when it comes
It's
to the
funny
crowd getting excited.
when we were doing when they showed that, I was, I think, playing a PoE with Sir Miz and one of our listeners, and we were getting him through his first PoE, and we stopped because I said, I think they're about to announce. I was like, no way. Are they about to announce Final Fantasy VII Remake? And then the trailer rolled, and the guys were like, "That's not Final Fantasy." I was like, "Dude, this is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
It is absolutely Final Fantasy VII." And as soon as the trailer was over, I said that might be the biggest E3 announcement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Shenmue 3 is not. I mean, it's big, but Shenmue's more of a cult classic. Final Fantasy VII and Last Guardian are two of the biggest announcements that possibly could have happened at E3.
Yeah. But on the negative side of the Shenmue thing, like that's where I was coming from. I wasn't coming from like a nostalgic standpoint. I was coming from the standpoint that they went on stage and did a Kickstarter for the game. And it's like the amount of money that is made from Shenmue is directly connected to what Sony's willing to invest in the game.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
people went ballistic about this. Like, how dare you ask us to fund this project? Like,
Oh, but they did.
people lost
Those people
And then they
obviously
did.
didn't fund it because it's already way past its goal of 2
Oh, yeah.
billion.
Shenmue
and that's
laughed
what I'm
at
saying.
them.
Like, and they didn't have to rebuy the game. Like, if you got in as an OG on Kickstarter, when the game is out, you don't have to rebuy it. Like, you're it. So I thought that was genius. Like, everybody knows Sony is not necessarily in the best financial state right now. So, like you said, No Zero, that's a cult classic. So I don't know if even as a business, I would have
Look,
fully funded Shenmue.
I wouldn't
seeing-
either, because it's
Yeah.
a cult classic. It was big to people who had Dreamcast, but we know how many people bought Dreamcast, regardless
Like
of how
three.
good the system was.
2, 3.
But Xbox
2 or
is now
3 people.
compatible with Dreamcast games, so Shenmue 1 and 2 will be over there.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh
the,
my
the, the
gosh.
reality is that it was a really smart move by them because they, multiple things were a smart move at this besides just the games. Okay, because first off, the thing about The Last Guardian, I forget the dude's name, but the creator of this, it was said that they had a falling out. It was said that that Sony, and they fired him, and then they brought him back on contract, and it was a bad relationship, and that's why The Last Guardian wasn't getting done. And then all of a sudden they show him in the audience. He stands up, and everybody applauds him because it was a really smart move by Sony. Like, hey, everybody, everything's fine. Like, we've smoothed it over, or whatever happened. And here. Same thing with like Shenmue's a great thing. It's like, hey, we might not have the money to push this or a studio we want to push it to, but let's just mention it. And all of a sudden, people tie it to Sony, right? They tie everything to us. They're going to make the game for us. All of a sudden, Shenmue is, a Sony publisher per se, or whatever the studio ends up doing. Do they have $3.3 million already? We're talking 4 days later.
Yeah.
It was 9 hours to get to 2.7 million. It was one of the fastest Kickstarters.
To get the first goal was 9 hours. To hit their first.
Oh, was it the first goal? So it wasn't the
$2 million was 9 hours. They hit their goal.
That's insane, man.
That is insane.
The fastest Kickstarter, I believe.
So
it's definitely up there.
At least for a game.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely be getting Shenmue, and I'm sure Kickstarter loves Sony. Thanks for pushing everybody's money to our website.
I just can't. I honestly was surprised Shenmue funded that fast because, like I said, it's always been known as a cult classic. I called my brother. He loves Shenmue, and I told him, I was like, dude, if you want Shenmue 3, here's your chance.
But the thing is, the people who were playing that game back then are now all working adults, so they have the money to fund a project like that.
I get that. I get that.
There are adults our age and older that are like, holy crap, it's back. So heck yeah, dude. I'm surprised that it got funded that fast, but I didn't think it would have a problem getting funded. I really don't.
And the reality is, all that Kickstarter does is show that people are interested. It's going to be millions more to get this game paid for. And Sony's now going to step up to the plate and say, okay, you showed us that you have the audience. We'll gladly back it up. It's really smart business. I mean, I know it pissed some people off because it's like, why are they here? But I mean, it worked.
Yeah, but the reality is, like, Shenmue wouldn't have happened. It was a Sega property. Sega's not going to make that game again. They can't make a Sonic right. So.
Oh my god,
dude. We're going to get so much crap for you from this episode. Like, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome.
You're saying it's Temple Run.
Oh.
Obviously, then we got to start moving through this so faster here. But we got Batman, which looks great. If you're a Batman fan, it looks awesome.
Get rid of the
Really
tank.
good.
Batman don't kill people.
It's the last in the saga per se. So they've taken a lot of time. They've a lot of dedicated time to this game. Looks great. Rigs for Morpheus. It's a first-person shooter for Morpheus that they showed off, made by Guerrilla. Again, looks really cool. We've already had our 10 cents about the COD partnership. If you love Call of Duty, I guess PlayStation is now the place to play. Star Wars Infinity, Star Wars Battlefront, already talked about that. And Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 looks awesome.
It's really good.
I was a huge, like I've said, The Last of Us fan. I have never played an Uncharted game on a PlayStation console, so this will be my first one, and it looks fantastic. So
I got to watch the gameplay, actual gameplay. We didn't get to play it, but yeah, it looks really good.
Of what?
Of Uncharted 4.
Oh, yeah,
so
it looks really good.
Let's start with you. What was your favorite announcement at E3?
Oh, that's hard. I think that I want to say Fallout 4. Because I know we kind of expected it because, I mean, they didn't exactly announce it, but you just kind of expect it from them. But I loved how they announced it and then that it's this year. So we don't have to wait very long.
Well, that's one game I didn't bring up. It was actually, obviously not done by any of these people we mentioned. So
Bethesda, yeah.
It's done by Bethesda, but
we didn't talk about Bethesda. They announced Doom and some Elder Scrolls like card game and what else? Dishonored. And their app.
Dishonored's awesome.
Dude, the new Doom looks good too. I know you shake your head, but the new Doom does look good.
The new Doom looks really cool. The cool thing about the new Doom is that you can make your own game modes. Like you can make your own game modes and maps and stuff like that, so that the game won't get old and stale. And why is he making that face?
Because he's a jerk. What's the market for Doom? Who gives a crap?
Okay, I don't know about you, but like one of my the first shooter I've ever played was Doom.
Okay, well then buy the new Doom and play it for 10 minutes, and you'll be all nostalgia'd up.
It looks badass.
And you buy Final Fantasy VII and be all nostalgia'd up. I mean, look, dude, it's this. there's a lot of people that like shooters, believe it or not, and
I love shooters.
Bethesda does a great people, and there's a lot of people that have always followed the Doom series. You know,
all I'm saying is, look, Doom. What's the market for it? Honestly, are any of y'all that excited about Doom?
All I've ever wanted to do is peel somebody's skull like a banana and show their tongue. Like,
yes. And shove your fist down their throat. Yes.
Oh my god.
I just don't see the market for it. I don't understand who gives a crap about another Doom. I just don't get it.
It looks really good.
Doom was one of the first games. Any game you make nowadays looks really good, especially when you look at what it used to look like.
I don't mean visually. I mean as a whole. The
play,
game.
A lot of people say the play looked really good. So
yeah.
I just don't see why I would pick to play Doom over anything else. I guess.
Coming out with another one.
Can you take another? Can you take a muscle relaxer, please, and relax for a second?
I don't know what he needs to take.
Well, hopefully Doom's better than that game they made like Doom called Rage.
Oh my gosh, send all your hate mail to onpoint@amosysgaming.com and I will make sure No Zero personally reads and responds to each.
You can also send it to David at amosysgaming.com.
Yeah, you can send it directly to his email.
We don't really need to file through it on Point. Tink doesn't need to see that. But
okay, what about Fallout? What about Fallout?
You love Fallout. You love you some Fallout.
Yes.
Fallout's amazing.
The cool thing about this Fallout is that you get to create your own power armor, which is really cool. And then the weapons, like you can choose all kinds of different types of stuff. You can put all the weapons and stuff, and everything in the game is usable. Remember how in like the Fallouts where you gather all this crap and you just never know what to do with it? It's all really usable. So that's really cool. And then you can create like your own like shelter, right? And you set up defenses and stuff like that against raiders and stuff like that. It's kind of like a Sims type of feel, like where you make your own like house and stuff, but it's Fallout style, and it looks really cool.
What I love is they have all that, and then they're like, guess what? You don't have to do it if you don't want to. So like someone like Troy, who whenever he plays a game like this, if there's a lot of stuff to do, Troy, and I know it's probably plenty of people like this, they can feel overwhelmed. Like, well, what do I do first? I need to do this, don't I? And then I got to do this, and I got to do that. But it's like, no, dude, you don't even have to do this. Go enjoy the game. Just go enjoy the campaign.
Well, I picked up Fallout 3. I walked out of the vault. I played it for an hour, and I threw the game away. So that's my personal. If anybody wants to know,
I've never played.
Now you want to talk about hate mail? I guarantee that gets a lot more hate mail than Doom being.
No, and it might, but I'm being true to myself here. And here's the deal. No Zero, why would they make it first person? Why not co-op? Because people play a freaking first person by themselves. That's why.
No. But you're talking a very different thing. You're talking about a game that's already been single player with no co-op. You're saying, why don't they introduce co-op? Well, they didn't have it before. Whereas Assassin's Creed
why not
had it before.
More people in.
Because they don't need to. That's like saying, why don't they do it in Skyrim?
I feel like they should, though.
They don't need
to.
Assassin's Creed doesn't need to either. They'll pull in
But they did it before,
copies.
and it's like they already made a strong push to revamp systems to make it a successful co-op experience.
Let's not go back
as
there.
opposed to saying now, let's take it away. Let's not do that. We can't do it, or whatever they're saying. It's like, well, you already made a switch to it. Like, you should have kept forging. Drop the crap multiplayer. Of course, Assassin's Creed, drop it. It's terrible. You're wasting your time. But keep going with the co-op. You're onto something there.
So tell us, No Zero, what is your favorite announcement out of E3? Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
No, God, no. I was like, who wants this?
Just Dance, No Zero 2015.
My favorite announcement. The biggest
That's
surprise.
how he hurt his shoulder.
The biggest surprise.
With the Wii remote.
You should see the TV. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
The biggest surprise to me was Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was the biggest surprise because out of anything when we did a prediction show that I could have ever predicted, I never would have predicted that Final Fantasy VII Remake would have shown up there. So that was absolutely my jaw dropping. Like, what? I'm extremely excited for Fallout 4, though. I'm extremely excited to play that game.
Yeah, give me 5.
Woo!
Josh, what's your favorite? What are you most excited about?
Star Fox.
Star Fox, yeah, that's gonna save the Wii U.
Why does everybody say they had a great trailer? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's such a hard thing because I'm a huge fan of a lot of the games that were announced, like Gears, Halo, that kind of thing. Cuphead looks phenomenal.
It does look awesome.
Looks like Contra killed Mickey Mouse and started wearing him as a suit, and I think that looks.
So for everybody out there, me and Josh will definitely be streaming that together, beating that game.
Yes.
It's co-op. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
What is there anything there's a lot of things you wish you saw at Nintendo at E3. That's for sure.
Just bring me Metroid.
Give me Zelda. Give me Zelda. Hashtag give me Zelda.
That's next year. I know it's coming. I want Metroid back, and I could go on forever. So let's just leave it at that.
Hambone, your favorite announcement, E3, or what do you wish you saw?
Favorite thing. I'll go cheesy and say Destiny, and I mean that because I really thought they put it down, and like, say what you will, good, bad, and different. I thought that it was well needed and a direct response to the community. So yeah, for me, my favorite thing that I saw was Destiny, and that's not because we do a Destiny podcast. It would be that or The Division. Honestly, it would be a toss up between those two.
I got to play a lot of the mayhem mode, which is the tons of grenades, tons of supers.
Yes.
And I got to play as a warlock, and it was so much fun. Like, everyone says to take out supers and stuff like that, but that mode is really, really fun.
It's not annoying. Like, it's not rage-inducing.
It's not annoying. No, because you get as many supers as they do.
I think it's fun. I think it's a more fun mode. You
really
know
fun.
It going into
it's
it.
not something. Yeah, it's not something you're going to want to do all the time, but it's a really fun addition to the PvP.
Good.
So
I'm excited. I'll play
my
the
favorite
crap out of
thing was that Ubisoft took out a multiplayer out of Assassin's Creed. I'm super excited about that.
Oh my god!
Hey, No Zero, how do you feel about that?
No,
I've said enough. Phobos. That's how I feel about that.
Oh, I got to play on Phobos. And I thought of you, Noel.
Yes.
the most exciting thing I will have to say is Ghost Recon. For things I didn't know about.
Really?
Obviously, I'm really pumped for the Division stuff we saw. Like I said, Ubisoft stuff hit it home for me. That's probably my most exciting stuff. For Honor looked amazing, but if I had to pick one game that hey, give it to me right now that I didn't know about that was a surprise to me, it would be Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon really surprised me. I was happy to see. It looks like they've revamped that game completely. That and that series, so that really excited me, and that's what I'm really looking to get. So, what do I wish I saw? I don't know. There's so much stuff to see. I don't know if I could even think about things I wish I saw. So, what about Tinks? Anything you wish you would have saw when you were at E3?
More Mass Effect, more BioWare. Yeah.
More BioWare.
That Star Wars game looks pretty sick, though, that they're doing.
Yeah.
At least the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can rescue that series, but that trailer looked awesome.
Well,
and the gameplay looks good, too.
You know what
yeah.
I wish I saw? I wish I would have saw, and this is for real, I wish I would have saw a Nintendo price drop. If Nintendo would have done a price drop on the Wii U, I would have bought one, and that's the honest truth. I was waiting till E3 because I was hoping for a price drop, and I didn't see one, so I'm still Wii U-less.
Yeah.
You and the rest of the world.
Well,
yeah, me too.
I wish I would.
Well, there's almost 10 million people that have it. Almost.
The one thing
Yeah,
I wish
so
I would have
nobody-
saw is Nintendo pull their head out of their ass finally. That's all. Like, I feel for Josh because I agree with him. They say so many things. You're like, oh, they're turning a corner. There's a new Nintendo. No.
Well, here's the biggest missed opportunity from them. One of the best games on the Wii was Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2, and it's Mario's 30th anniversary. Why are they not making Mario Galaxy 3? It basically is the game that followed 64, Mario Sunshine, and they're just like, yes, here's Mario Maker, which, I mean, it's cool. I'm excited for it. But it's the 30th anniversary. Like, give the fans something that they
Seriously.
Mario. I agree with you, because Mario Maker makes me want to buy a Wii U. Honestly, the problem is when you play other people's builds, it's not going to have the Nintendo touch to Mario. It's not going to feel like you're playing a really cool Mario. It's going to feel like you're playing somebody else's levels in a Mario game.
Yeah.
But it's going to be cool. It will be cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I have hopes of creating Super Mario Brothers 4, making it look like Super Mario Brothers 3, but like I want to make it world by world and have it be something cool, like put some time into it. But
Okay, so that's his he's basically saying I'm running out of time, guys. I got to resign from the podcast cuz I'm making Mario 4.
yeah, no
Nintendo
kidding.
hire N64 Josh.
Well, we actually have a whole nother portion to this podcast, and I'm going to cut this part out of the real show. But everybody that's in chat, I want to know: do you want us to go on to the next section where we talk about the Destiny Vidoc? Should we cut it here? Should we keep going? I want you guys to tell us if you want to stick around for some more talk. But
Do I get to vote? Because I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
we
No,
don't
I'm
give
just
a
kidding.
crap what you
I just
say.
kidding.
You're out. Yeah, you were at E3, so you no longer have a vote for anything. You're on board for everything.
Does that mean I can start saying "F you" to Hambone if
Wow.
we're this,
Sure,
if
sure
this isn't going to
does.
be on the podcast?
Wow.
Sure does. It sure does mean it. You go ahead and you drop one of those F-bombs.
Well,
Drop one.
then let's do it. It looks like the chat wants us to talk some Destiny, so let's go ahead and jump into what this week. What we want is Destiny, so we're going to talk about that's what I want that is going to be this week.